Hello everyone, I am Serge Sulfikar and today I am going to solve the past papers of ICAT Science Contest for year 2025 and grade 1 and 2. Question number 1, which object is shaped like a circle? So here we can see that the foods given in option B and D are in triangular forms and the option C, the biscuits are in rectangular form. But option A, the patty, it's in the circular or round form. So we will select option A here. The patty is like a circle. Question number 2, Ahmed is at the park with his new red wagon. He puts a teddy bear inside, grabs the handle and starts moving it forward. What is Ahmed mostly doing to the wagon to make it move? Option A is pushing it, option B is pulling it, option C is lifting it, and option D is twisting it. So it's given in the question that Ahmed is moving the wagon forward. So we can say that Ahmed is pulling the wagon to make it move. So we will select option B here. Question number 3, select the living thing from the picture below. Option A is a book, option B is a york, option C is a piano, option D is a crown. So it's quite visible that the york is a living thing whereas the rest of the things are non-living things. So we will select option B here. Question number 4, Maya and her class went on a nature walk with their teacher, Mr. Ali. As they walked through the park, Mr. Ali showed them many things. He pointed to a tall tree and said, "This tree gives us wood and clean air." They then saw a plastic bottle, a toy robot, and a shiny car parked nearby. Which of the following things Maya and her class saw is a natural resource? Option A is the plastic bottle, option B is the toy robot, option C is the car, and option D is the tree. So we all know that the plastic bottle, the toy robot or the car are the unnatural resources, whereas the tree is a natural resource which provide us with wood, clean air and food as well. So we will select option D here, the tree. Question number 5. One sunny afternoon, two little skunks named Stripe and Blossom were playing in the forest. After a long day of chasing butterflies and sniffing wildflowers, they felt tired and wanted to rest. They waddled over to a big hollow log and curled up inside. It was cozy and quiet there. What need does the log help Stripe and Blossom meet? Option A is water, option B is air, option C is shelter, option D is none of these. So here, a shelter is a place that gives protection or cover from weather, danger or attack. It should be a cozy place where we can rest when we are tired. So we will select option C here. The log worked as a shelter for Stripe and Blossom. Question number 6. Leila and her brother Umar were walking to school one morning. As they passed the park, they saw birds chirping and trees swaying in the breeze, but when they reached the busy road, they noticed something different. Thick smoke was coming out of cars and buses, and the air smelled funny. Umar coughed and said, "I don't like breathing this smoky air." What is an example of air pollution in the story? Option A is birds chirping in the park. Option B is trees swaying in the breeze. Option C is smoke coming from cars and buses. Option D is Laila and Umar walking to the school. So here option C, smoke coming from cars and buses, is the example of air pollution because it was mentioned in the paragraph as well that when Umar breathed in this smoke, he coughed and said, "I don't like breathing this smoky air." So option C is the correct option here. Question number 7. Alia was helping her grandfather in the garden. They walked past an almond tree and her grandfather said, "This tree gives us something yummy to eat." Alia looked at the leaves, the flowers and the branches. Then her grandfather picked something small from the tree and said, "This is the part we eat." Which part of the almond tree do we usually eat? Option A is leaf, option B is flower, option C is branch and option D is seed. So if we look at the picture of the almond tree, The almonds are actually the seeds of the plant. So we will select option D here. We eat the seeds of the almond tree. Question number 8. Every morning, Zan looked out of his bedroom window to see what the weather was like. On Monday, the sun was shining bright, so he wore his sunglasses. On Tuesday, it was cloudy and cool, so he grabbed a sweater. By Wednesday, it started raining and Zan had to carry an umbrella. He asked his mom, "Why does the weather keep changing?" His mom smiled and said, Option Option is it stays the same every day, which is not right because it is quite visible from the paragraph as well that the weather was changing every day. Option B is it can change in different seasons only. That is also not right. Option D is weather stays the same for the whole year. That is also incorrect. So if we look at option C, weather can change due to different conditions like wind, temperature and clouds. This is our correct option because we can see on Monday the sun was bright. So obviously the temperature was high. So he wore sunglasses. On Tuesday due to clouds he grabbed a sweater and on Wednesday it was raining. So he just carried an umbrella. So we will select option C here. It totally depends upon the different conditions like wind, temperature and clouds. Question number 9. Sarah and her family went on a trip to a special island. As they hiked up a rocky hill, they saw smoke rising from the top of a tall mountain. Her dad said sometimes hot melted rock called lava comes out from the top. Sarah was amazed and took the following picture to show her class. What landform did Sarah see on her trip? Option A is volcano, option B is valley, option C is plain, and option D is island. So we all know that the hot melted rock called lava comes out of only volcanoes and we can see the volcanoes in the picture as well. So we will select option A here. The landform that Sarah saw is a volcano. Question number 10. Where do ostrich chicks come from? Option A is they are born live. Option B is they grow from seeds. Option C is they hatch from eggs. And option D is none of these. So ostrich is a bird and birds lay eggs. We can say that the baby ostrich hatch from eggs. So we'll select option C here. Question number 11. Ella is looking at some leaves. The key below identifies which tree each leaf comes from. So look at this picture of a leaf. Use the key above to identify one of the following trees it comes from. Option A is laurel, option B is sweet chestnut, option C is lilac, and option D is silver birch. So the point 1 is the leaf long and thin? If it is yes, go to 2, and if it is no, go to 3. So we can see that the length of the leaf is normal, but it is wider in shape. So we will select no and we'll move to the point 3. Now the point 3 is the edge of the leaf smooth? If it is yes, then it's a lilac, and if it is no, it's silver birch. So here we can see that the edge of the leaf is pointed. It's not smooth. So we will select no. So we can select option D here. This is a leaf of silver birch. Question number 12. Camels can live in hot places. Some features of a camel's body help the camel to survive in a hot desert. Which feature protects camel when eating prickly plants? So the prickly plants are those plants which have thorns on them. Now option A is long legs. It just increases the height of the camel. Option B is wide feet. These wide feet help camel to walk on the sand easily. Option D is long eyelashes. Because of these long eyelashes, the sand does not enter in the eyes of the camel. So we will select option C here, thick leathery lips. Because of this feature, the camel can eat the prickly plants easily without getting hurt. So we will select option C here. Question number 13. Sam wants to separate some steel paper clips from a mixture of sand and paper clips. Which equipment Sam could use to separate the paper clips from the sand? Option A is sieve, option B is magnet, option C is filter, and option D is candle. Separate some steel paper clips from a mixture of sand and paper clips. Which equipment Sam could use to separate the paper clips from the sand? Option A is sieve, option B is magnet, option C is filter, and option D is candle. So we know that the paper clips are made of metal, and metal is a magnetic object which can easily get attracted toward the magnet, whereas the sand is a non-magnetic object. So we can use a magnet here to separate the paper clips from the sand. So we will select option B here. Question number 14, Danish is practicing for his school sports day. He is going to run the 100-meter race. What unit does M in 100-meter race stand for? Option A is minutes, option B is meters, option C is millimeters, and option D is miles. So there are the short terms which we use for these words, like MIN is used to represent minutes, then M is used to show meters, MM is representing millimeters, whereas the miles is represented by MI. So in 100 meters, M is representing meters. So we will select option B here. Use the following information to answer the questions 15 and 16. Umar ties a weight onto some string. He winds the string around a cardboard roll. Umar lets go of the weight. The weight falls, the cardboard roll spins, and the string unwinds. Umar records the time taken for the string to unwind. So now the question number 15 is, which equipment Umar should use to measure the time taken for the string to unwind? So four options are given to us. As Umar has to measure the time taken for the string to unwind, so we can use a clock to measure the time. So we will select option B here. Question number 16, which of these questions Umar could not answer by doing more tests with the spinning roll? So option A is, will the time to unwind be longer if the string is longer? So he can test it by using different string lengths and measuring time. So it means that he can answer this question by testing. So we cannot select option A here. Option B is, how can I make the string unwind more slowly? So he can also test it by changing the variables like weight, the length of the strings to see the effect on speed. So this question can also be answered by testing. So we will not select option B here. Now, option C, what is the name of the force that makes the weight fall? We all know that it is a fact from the science. The name of the force is gravity, which attracts the things towards the earth, or which makes the things fall on the earth. So we don't need to do a test for that. It can be answered just on the basis of prior knowledge. So we can select option C here, but let's check option D as well. What happens if I put two weights on the string? So Umar can also test this question as well by just adding two weights and observe the results. So we will select option C here. He does not need to test to just find out the name of the force. Use the following information to answer the questions 17 and 18. Sarah makes 5 different shapes using modeling clay. She uses the same amount of clay for each shape. Sarah fills a container with syrup and drops each shape into the syrup. She times how long it takes each shape to reach the bottom of the container. Sarah found it difficult to time some of the shapes accurately. So here we can see that the circle has taken 1 second, square has taken 8 seconds, triangle 4, heart has taken 0.5 seconds, and star has taken 4 seconds. Now the question is, why clay is a good material to use to make different shapes? Option A is, clay can float, which is non-relevant because here all shapes sink and they reach to the bottom as well. Option B is, clay dissolves in water. It is also false because clay does not dissolve in water or syrup. So this would ruin the experiment if it is true. So she should use some other material in that case. So option B is also not right. Option C is, clay is a heat insulator, which is also irrelevant to shaping and dropping it into the syrup because there is no use of heat in the experiment. Now the option D is, clay is soft and flexible. So clay is soft and flexible actually. That's why she was able to make different shapes. So we will select option D here. Question number 18. Why Sarah found it difficult to time some of the following shapes? Option A is they are made out of the same amount of clay. Option B is they fell quickly through the syrup. Option C is they fell at different speeds. And option D is they are different shapes. Here Sarah tried to time how long each shape took to fall through the syrup. So some shapes like heart and circle, they took very short time to sink at the bottom of the container. Like heart took 0.5 seconds and circle took 1 second. So they fell very quickly, so fast that it was very hard to press the stopwatch button at exactly the right time. So we can select option B here. Sarah found it difficult to time some of the falling shapes because they fell quickly through the syrup. Question number 19. Friction is the force which causes moving objects to slow down and stop. Which of the following activities is only possible when there is a small amount of friction? So four options are given to us, in which in option A, the boy is climbing up the tree. Option B, the boys are walking. Option C, the boy is skating. And option D is the children are pulling the rope. So the question says that the friction causes moving objects to slow down and stop. So here we have to find out that which activity is only possible because there is a small amount of friction. So an activity that needs low friction to work would be one where you want sliding or smooth movement. Like possible examples can be ice skating, sliding on a smooth surface, moving heavy objects on wheels. So out of four options, option C is the suitable option where the boy is doing skating. Question number 20. Birds have different shaped beaks. The shape of the bird's beak is suited to the food it takes. Which type of food does this bird most likely eat? So this is a long and thin beak which help the birds to take out the food. For example, animals buried deep in the mud. So option A is the correct option, but let's check the other options as well. Option B is small seeds and berries. The short and stout beaks like sparrows have, they can easily eat the small beaks and berries. Option C is meat torn from prey. Okay, so sharp and hooked beaks like eagles have. Such type of beaks help them to turn the meat from the prey. Then we have option D here, fruits from the trees. So the curved and strong beaks like parrots, they have curved and strong beaks. Such type of beaks help them to eat fruits from the trees. So here we will select option A here. The long and thin beaks help birds to just dig out the animals buried deep in the mud. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe the channel.